Welcome to my home lab. In this new video, we're going to format a USB drive in Linux on the command line to use it with Windows and other operating systems. Today, we're going to prepare a USB stick with the exfat file system, so we can use it with Linux or Fedora Server and Windows. We're going to do everything on the command line from the Fedora Server. Therefore, we go to the command line on our Windows PC and do SSH to our Fedora Server. You see here we use Fedora Server as a name. If you followed the previous video, you're going to see how we did that. Enter. We don't need a password because we have SSH keys. The first thing we do is lsblk. So we show everything from hard disk we have on our PC. We have a normal hard disk, we have an NVMe number 1 and NVMe number 0 with a lot of file systems. We have also the swap file, but that's different. I put a USB stick in the server, do lsblk again, and you see we have SDB, a 14 gig USB drive. We need to remember the name because it's very important we don't miss mistakes. Now we can go to Fdisk. So we do sudo fdisk and the name from the USB stick. So yeah, from device SDB. Enter. Password because sudo. And we are in. We are in the fdisk command. First thing we can do is M for help. Enter. And you see here all the possibilities. The first thing we do is create a new empty GPT partition table. So we do G. Enter. That's okay. And the next thing, and add a new partition. So n, the number of the partition, we can do enter because 1 is the default. So enter. The first sector, also enter, and the last sector. Here we can put a number if we want to create multiple partitions, or enter for the default, and then we use the whole USB stick for one partition. In my case, we do enter. So we're going to put one partition on the USB drive. Enter. You see here we have a vfat signature because the USB stick is formatted in Windows. Do you want to remove the signature? Yes. And okay. The last thing we need to do is, because for the moment nothing has happened on the USB stick, we need to write the table to disk. See it here. If you quit, the disk is not changed. So we need to write, and that's okay. If we do now lsblk again, see, we have still the disk, but nothing has changed. We can also do lsblk f. You see here again, we have more numbers, but nothing has changed. The next thing we need to do is to create the file system. For now, we only created the partition table. So we do sudo mkfs, so make file system .exfat. We use Test.txt because we can use that in Windows and Linux. Now a name. I do USB 1. And now the device. So now again, don't make a mistake. We use SDB1, this one here. So SDB1. Enter. See, everything is okay. It's done. Can do again lsblk. And you see, you have still the drive, but nothing happened here. Now we can mount the USB stick. So we go to mnt, the mount directory. We do ls home, and you see we have a directory here, USB 1. If you don't have a directory, you need to create it with mkdir. Now we will mount the USB stick. So sudo mount dev SDB1. So first we select the USB drive, and now we select the directory. So mnt / USB1. So we mount this one to this directory, so we can read it. Okay, we do now lsblk again. We're gonna see our USB drive SDB1 is mounted, mount points to mount USB1. Now we do cd USB1, so we go inside the directory. We do an ls home, and you see our USB stick is empty. Now we're going to create, after we remember, this is all root, so we need always to use sudo for the moment. So we do sudo e or another text editor Test.txt. Why we use it like that? To easy read it with Windows. Enter. It's opened. We do insert. You see it here down. Insert. Now we do my home lab. USB 1 from Fedora. So now we are on the Fedora server, and we have the text my home lab USB 1 from Fedora. Dot. Escape. Colon WQ. Okay. If we open now again with ls home, see we have a text file here. If we want to remove the USB stick, it's best practice to unmount it. So sudo umount, and the device. SDB SDB1. You see here, target is busy. That can happen. So we repeat the command with L. Et voila, everything is okay. Now I'm gonna remove the USB stick and put it in my Windows PC. I come back from the Windows. The USB stick is now on my Windows PC and have opened in the Explorer. And as you can see, USB 1, and we have text.txt. If we open it, see my home lab USB 1 from Fedora. we can add the text. Hello from Windows. Out. Save it and close it. Now I'm going to remove the USB stick and put it back in the server and come back from the command line. See you in a minute. Now we are back on the command line from our Fedora server and we do lsblk. You see, we have SDC now. The name from the USB stick is changed. That's why you have to be careful with Fdisk or creating file systems, so you don't ruin any real data. On the server you always have to be careful. So now we need to use SDC1. You see it's not mounted. We have no mount points. So we mount it. We do sudo mount dev SDC1 to mnt USB1. So again, oh sorry, make a mistake here. It's dev. Enter. See, that's okay. So if we do ls, you see we have our USB1. We go inside it. Just B1. Yes. Do ls home. And you see we have the file system. We have also system volume information. That's from Windows. Now we can open the text file with our text editor. I use V. So Test.txt. And as you can see, we have my home lab USB1 from Fedora, first time, and hello from Windows from the Windows session. So it's very easy to swap a USB stick from a Fedora server to a Windows computer if you use the exfat file system. That was it for today. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and give a thumbs up. Thank you very much and see you later.